for the Huskies.
A great crew, John Gaffney, Pat Driscoll, Greg Evans calling today's festivities. A little jump hook does not fall. Gold's pass, though.
That starts with Demery, not just defensively, but offensively as well, as you saw there.
Gold with that dribble handoff. Tough shot, well defended by Mullins that time. Got a piece of it, too, and here's solo ball.
Mullins has continued to get better off the dribble offensively and moving his feet on the defensive end every single game for the Huskies. You saw it there.
Mullins. Halfway down the cylinder and out, but Reed with a nice find and a beautiful pass on the
big mouth. He's the quiet one, more subdued.
Mullins trying to work on goal, lost his dribble. Numbers now 4-on-2. Great recovery by Reed. At the outlet pass saved to James, and he lets it go from 3 and to no avail. Opportunity missed for Marquette. Mullins. Ooh. For a couple of minutes since either team has scored.
Can you imagine playing against that high school team just with those two?
Absolutely. That would be difficult. And James, you know, a lot of guards through the years, Donnie, have told me, starting with Mookie Braylon back in the day, you know what, if you're a guard like Demery, the last thing you want to deal with is a guard that can get underneath you.
Yeah.
And that's what Nigel James does. Mullins, off the heel, Reed.
You're all on the same page. You know what has to be accomplished. And you got to keep your guys even keel. You got to coach with emotion, but not be emotional.
Hayden Hamilton in the game now. 17-15, Golden Eagles by a deuce. James, beautiful. Everything but the finish there. Ball has Mullins. Where you miss it, actually helped him get started on his straight line drive. There's the dump down to Reed. He's already got more rebounds than Mark.
It continues to be one of those calls, Tim, that
yeah, oh yeah.
You know, it's subjective at times.
Ross collects it. Mullins, a 360 move, and the answer.
Mullins, good job playing through the contact. Might have got slapped on the arm, but the follow-up. Yeah. Evans, Driscoll, and Gaffney. Good guys.
Demery, a floater.
Look at him staying with it.
Yeah, gets it back out to Mullins. Never had the shoulder squared there. Raba tied up by Gold, and that's a...
You just never want to give up the ball, even when the whistle is blowing. I love the fight.
Something to keep a note of is how this team plays UConn, particularly on defense when Reed is out of the game. They're -6 with him sitting.
Wow.
Mullins gets the pilfer and produces on the other end. 27-24. Hold back out there, sets that pick. Ross can't connect. I mean, just throwing his body around. They want to get the most out of the college experience. In this day and time, we hear way too often about it not mattering, people not caring as much. Well, these young men do, and that's obvious with the performance we've seen thus far. We've gotten a little bit quick, Donnie, on the offensive end of late. We've turned it over, and we don't want to give UConn the last 4 minutes of the half after playing so well for so long. Mullins, look out. Oh, and discard underneath the basket. 50% of his free throws today. He's going to need to make all of the freebies today. You've got to be at your absolute best to beat the Huskies, and missed opportunities and live ball turnovers will kill you, and they've committed a few of those during this stretch that the Huskies have stretched their lead. Mullins, look at
them is you're not going to speed them up. You're not going to really make them uncomfortable. They play with such poise and such patience when they get into their sets.
Stevens. Oh, beautiful!
Just what the doctor ordered for UConn this season.
Ross in traffic. Again, nearly turned it over. Stevens a step back. And a foul. I think it's even more important that this young man doesn't get a third foul. I mean, James has got it, and he's got... Stevens. Shot clock under 10. Nice pass inside to Hamilton, and he converts. Beautiful pass out of the post to Mullins, and he's still cold. And that's an over the back on Reed. And him on the floor, they're +8. With him on the bench, they're -6. So not having him right now, and that's not to disparage Ryba at all. He's going to be fine. But
a different look.
You would rather, if you're Marquette, see him out there than Terrace Reed. Stevens challenging the rim.
See, that's where I think Ryba affects the game. Leave it in the hands of the players.
Agreed.
Jump it up.
Look out, no help. There's James. Oh, the iron unkind. That's a diabolical miss. The ball halfway down the cylinder and out. The net, by the way, has closed at the UConn basket. They'll have to stop play here with on a ball.
You can see why the crowd doesn't like it.
And I think Shaka had an argument. People wonder the message that coaches love to send. Mullins off the heel.
On this floor.
Look at that. Stevens again on the deck. But a return to sender by Demery.
Need it.
Mullins.
Got it.
Big time. Remember that play. 61-52. Huskies can make up a lot of ground in a short span of time. Just too much in their arsenal. Oh, look out. What a move. He did not get the jumper to go, but it was now with 16 fouls. So we go to the bonus on the next personal foul for either team. Mullins. That's going to... The first second chance points come at just the right time.